Welcome back. Today we're taking a deep dive into something pretty cool.
Yeah.
The world of blockchain gaming.
Definitely cool stuff.
Specifically M4T1X Labs white paper on zkSpin. Have you heard about this?
I have, yeah.
They say this platform can actually fix all those performance issues
Right.
that have been plaguing blockchain games for a while.
Yeah, for sure.
But the big question is, can they really deliver that immersive experience that we crave
Right.
without giving up all the good stuff about blockchain, like
Yeah.
the security and transparency? I guess that's what we're here to find out.
Let's find out. What I find really interesting is that
Yeah.
these guys at M4T1X Labs,
Yeah.
they start by looking at what gamers actually need.
Oh, interesting.
You know, kind of like Maslow's hierarchy,
Okay.
but they call it a gamer's needs.
Okay, I like that. A gamer's needs.
Yeah.
So tell me more about this. What's the breakdown?
So they've got these layers,
Yeah.
and they start with the basics, like comfort and immersion.
So, the game runs smoothly,
Exactly.
Right.
No bugs, no lag, comfortable controls.
so you could actually play the game.
Exactly. If it's crashing every 5 seconds, you can't enjoy the story, right?
It makes total sense.
Yeah.
The game has to be playable or nothing else matters.
Exactly.
So what comes after that?
So once you've got those basics,
Yeah.
then you can move up. You get to gameplay and balance, then social connection and competition, and then finally the peak, the top of the pyramid, life-changing experience.
I like that. Life-changing experience. Okay, so what games are we talking about here?
Think about the ones that really stay with you, the ones that told an incredible story or maybe helped you grow as a person.
Oh, I see. So where does blockchain fit into this whole pyramid?
That's the thing. A lot of traditional games,
All right.
they kind of fall short when it comes to security and trust. Like, you don't really own your stuff.
Yeah.
The rules can be shady sometimes. It's not always a level playing field.
Right.
But blockchain, the way it's built, is
Uh-huh.
perfect for solving those problems.
Right. You actually own your stuff on the blockchain. You could even take it outside the game,
Exactly.
trade it or whatever.
Yeah.
But there's a big problem, right?
What's that?
Blockchain is notoriously slow.
Oh, yeah, that's the big one. That's the bottleneck.
Yeah.
zkSpin is trying to bust wide open.
Okay.
See, most blockchains, they run on something called consensus bandwidth.
Consensus bandwidth. All right. What's that?
It basically means that every transaction has to be processed by the entire network.
Oh, wow. So that would definitely slow things down.
Yeah, it's like having this giant LAN party
Yeah.
where everyone has to agree on every single move before the game can go forward.
So even with layer 2 and layer 3 solutions,
Right.
trying to speed things up, it's still not enough for truly immersive gaming.
You got it. They help a bit,
Right.
but they're still limited by the way blockchain works at its core.
Yeah.
That's where zkSpin's idea comes in. They're talking about this radical new layer 4 solution.
Okay, this is where it gets interesting. So what's this layer 4 thing all about?
They're basically proposing
Yeah.
ephemeral layer 4 blockchains, basically little tiny blockchains dedicated to each game session.
So each game has its own mini blockchain.
Yeah, you could think of it as a blockchain-powered LAN party.
Oh, I like that. So what are the benefits of that?
Well, imagine you're playing a game,
Yeah.
and the network runs on your own machine, like in a LAN party.
Okay.
You'd get the crazy speed of a local network, but with the security and transparency of the blockchain.
And would there be gas fees?
No, since you're not using public computing resources, no gas fees.
So it's fast, responsive, and free.
You got it.
But wait, wouldn't that make the game super easy to cheat?
Ooh, that's the big question, right?
Yeah. If it's running on my computer, couldn't I just hack the game and make myself win all the time?
That's where zero-knowledge proofs come in. They call them zkPs for short.
zkPs, okay. I've heard of those, but I don't really get them. How do they work?
Imagine you have to prove you solved a really hard puzzle,
Okay.
but you don't want to give away the answer.
Okay, so I could prove I solved it without showing you how I solved it.
That's basically what zkPs do.
So they're kind of like a digital receipt.
Yeah, like a receipt.
Proving that everything's fair without showing all the secrets.
Exactly. They use some fancy math
Oh boy.
to verify that everything happened correctly
Okay.
without revealing any of the sensitive info.
So even though the game is running on my computer,
Right.
zkSpin uses these zkPs to make sure no one's cheating.
Yeah, no funny business allowed. It's pretty ingenious, actually.
That's really cool. It's like they took the biggest weakness of blockchain and flipped it into a strength.
It is, yeah. It's really smart.
But how does this actually work in a real game? Like running a blockchain on each player's machine sounds intense.
It is intense.
Yeah.
But that's what's so innovative about it. They're basically creating this mini blockchain network
Okay.
that's custom made for each game session. They're using this thing called a micro-turn consensus protocol.
A micro-turn consensus.
Yeah, it's kind of similar to how games like StarCraft work.
Ah.
Each turn basically becomes a tiny block.
So like a mini blockchain within the game itself.
Exactly, and all the players' actions are recorded and verified with those zkPs we talked about.
That's really wild. It's like those late-night StarCraft battles in college.
Right.
Except now it's all on the blockchain.
Yeah.
And you actually own your stuff in the game. That's a whole other level.
It's definitely a game changer. You get that high-speed performance of a LAN party, but with the trust and security of the blockchain.
But wouldn't this be a problem for games that need super fast reaction times? Like first-person shooters?
Yeah, you're right. It might not be the best fit for every genre.
Yeah.
But for a lot of other types of games, like strategy games, RPGs, even racing games, zkSpin could be the perfect solution.
So we've got blockchain security, the speed of a LAN party, no fees. What's the catch? There's got to be a catch.
Well, one of the biggest challenges they're facing is proving speed.
Proving speed, okay.
Generating those zkPs in real time, it takes a lot of computing power.
Oh, I see.
But they've got a plan. They're looking at things like parallel processing, optimizing the code, even exploring specialized hardware.
So zkPs are like the magic ingredient.
Right.
But we just need to figure out how to bake them faster.
Exactly. And they're really big on community involvement.
I like that.
They're working with developers and researchers to make zkSpin even better.
That's fantastic. It really sounds like they're onto something special here.
Yeah, I think so too.
So how would this fit in with the games we have now?
Yeah.
Would developers have to start from scratch to use zkSpin?
That's the cool part. They don't see zkSpin replacing everything. It's more like middleware.
Middleware.
Yeah, a bridge between existing game engines like Unity and Unreal and the blockchain world.
So they could take an existing game
Right.
and bring it into the zkSpin ecosystem.
Exactly.
Yep.
It opens up a lot of possibilities.
It's like they're building this highway system for blockchain gaming.
It is, yeah, like a highway system.
Developers can bring their existing games onto this new, faster, more secure road.
I like that analogy. A blockchain gaming highway. That's zkSpin.
Pretty exciting stuff.
Definitely exciting times.
I'm really curious to see where this goes.
Me too. It's a game changer for sure. Yeah, it really is exciting to see this kind of stuff happening, you know?
Totally. So let's say, for argument's sake, they actually figure out this whole proving speed thing.
Right.
What kind of impact are we talking about here? Like, how big could this be?
Oh, man, zkSpin could really shake things up.
Yeah.
Big time.
Okay, like how?
Well, for starters, imagine true ownership becoming like the standard in gaming.
You mean like I really own my stuff?
Exactly. The items you earn, the characters you build, even virtual land.
Right.
It's all yours. You can trade it, sell it, even use it in another game.
Oh, that would be huge. Like, no more feeling like I'm renting my game. What else could this change?
It's a goldmine for developers, too.
Right.
They could create whole economies inside their games.
Okay.
Where players have a real stake in what's going on.
So it's not just about the tech.
Right.
It's like a whole new way of thinking about games.
It is, yeah.
That's really interesting.
And then there's the whole trust and transparency thing.
Right.
With zkSpin, all the rules are out in the open on the blockchain. So no more shady stuff. Everyone's playing fair.
This could be huge for esports, right?
Oh, yeah.
Imagine like watching a tournament knowing that everything is legit.
Exactly. Everyone's on a level playing field.
The stakes would be even higher.
Absolutely. And there are these crazy possibilities for new types of games. Games that just wouldn't be possible without blockchain.
Okay, give me an example. What are we talking about here?
Like, imagine games where players actually control the world.
Whoa.
They vote on new features, change the rules even.
So like the players are the developers.
Kind of, yeah. It's like those DAOs.
Decentralized autonomous organizations.
Exactly. But for gaming.
So players could govern the game world.
Yeah, and because it's all on the blockchain, it's all transparent and accountable, no one can cheat.
That opens up so many possibilities. Like for storytelling.
Right.
The story of the game could be created by the players.
Yeah, it wouldn't just be some static thing. It would evolve based on what the players do.
That would be so cool. What about like stuff from other games?
Oh, yeah.
Could you like bring your character or items from one game into another?
It's possible. Your digital identity could follow you everywhere.
That's amazing. It's like a real metaverse
It is,
where
yeah.
we actually own our stuff.
Exactly.
It's a pretty crazy idea.
It is, but it's also incredibly exciting.
Definitely. But we're still a long way off, right?
We are. There's a lot of work to be done.
Yeah.
But technologies like zkSpin are moving us in the right direction.
I'm really excited to see what happens.
Me too. It feels like we're on the verge of something huge.
Okay, so for our listener who is probably freaking out right now,
Right. This stuff is wild.
what should they be looking out for? Like, what are the signs that this is actually going to happen?
Well, the biggest thing is going to be that proving speed.
That's the key to all of this.
It is. If they can figure that out,
Right.
then zkSpin could really take off.
And they're working on it, right?
They are, yeah. They've got some smart people on it.
What about, like, community stuff? Is that important, too?
Oh, for sure. We need to see developers getting excited,
Okay.
building games on zkSpin.
So if people are actually building games on zkSpin,
Yeah,
that's a good sign
that's a really good sign.
that this isn't just hype.
It means people actually believe in it.
Cool. Okay, so let's recap. We talked about the gamer's pyramid,
Mm-hmm.
the problems with blockchain games right now,
Right,
zkSpin's crazy layer 4 solution,
right.
the magic of ZKPs,
The magic of zkPs, yeah.
and how this could change everything about gaming.
It's a wild ride, that's for sure.
It is. But before we wrap up,
Okay.
I want to leave our listener with something to think about.
Yeah.
So we've been talking about how zkSpin is kind of building this bridge
Yeah.
between blockchain and these traditional games,
Right.
trying to bring the best of both worlds together.
Right.
But what if we think even bigger?
Okay, I'm listening.
Let's just say, hypothetically,
Yeah.
zkSpin actually figures this all out.
Mm-hmm.
This whole vision of, like, fast, secure,
Right.
truly decentralized gaming actually becomes reality.
Okay.
What kind of crazy games could we see that would never be possible before?
Ooh, now we're talking.
Right. Like stuff that we can't even imagine yet.
It's exciting to think about. We could see games where players have way more control. Like, imagine voting on new features.
Okay.
Or even changing the game mechanics themselves.
So it's like the players become the developers.
In a way, yeah. It's like taking those DAOs.
Those decentralized autonomous organizations.
Exactly, and applying it to games.
So players could collectively govern the game world.
Exactly. And because it's all on the blockchain,
Right.
you know, it's all transparent and fair, no one can cheat the system.
So that means we could have, like, truly collaborative storytelling.
Yeah, right.
The lore of the game wouldn't be some fixed thing.
Right.
It would be created by the players.
And it would constantly evolve. It would be amazing.
What about using stuff from other games?
Oh, interesting.
Could you, like, bring your character or items from one game to a different one?
Absolutely. Your digital identity and your reputation could follow you everywhere.
Whoa, so it's like one giant metaverse.
It is,
where we actually own everything.
Exactly. Our characters, our items, our experiences.
That's mind-blowing.
It is a pretty bold vision.
Yeah.
There's still a lot of work to do.
Of course.
But technologies like zkSpin are making it feel more and more possible.
I'm so excited to see where this all goes.
Me too. It feels like we're on the cusp of something truly revolutionary.
It really does. Well, that's all the time we have for today's deep dive.
It flew by.
But we want to hear from you. What kind of amazing games do you think are possible with this tech? Head over to our website or social media and let us know. Thanks for listening.